So I'm Ewok, MSK, I used to live in the Twin Cities from I think around 91 till about 2005. I got into graph, I would say a little before I moved to the Twin Cities, but as far as officially thinking of myself as a graffiti writer, on a day-to-day basis, I would say when I moved to the Twin Cities. I think graffiti was always something that I was drawn to, but I didn't have a lot of access to it. When I was in high school, I started seeing it a little more through skateboarding and various other places. I was able to find subway art and spray can art at Barnes & Noble or Borders Books or something one time, and I would just study those things religiously. Every once in a while, there was a newsstand downtown called Schindler's, and they had a bunch of small run publications, and occasionally there would be some graffiti mags. So yeah, those were my early inspirations. I would see it and it always just kind of caught my eye because I've been doing one form or another of art since I was a little kid. And graffiti always stood out to me as it just seemed like it was a culture that there was a lot of depth to it, but I didn't have any real access to learn about it until I moved here. And that's when I started seeing good hand styles and tags and people doing early Minneapolis pieces and throw-ups and stuff like that. And that's when I really felt like I was wrapping my head around the idea of graffiti having a certain structure to it. It was kind of an abstraction to me. I knew people used spray paint and they snuck around and it was kind of illegal, but I didn't know that there's a tag, there's a throw-up, there's a piece, and all the terminology and stuff. I learned that shortly after I moved here. So basically what this wall represents is between 4 and 6 generations, depending on how you split it up, of Minneapolis graffiti. Starting with Peyton, Daesk. He was one of the original writers that probably first doing pieces after Style Wars came out.
I'm Peyton Scott Russell, and I write Daesk. That name was actually given to me by my mother since I was a toddler. I eventually kind of attached meaning to it, meaning creativity, and then I called my studio House of Daesk, which is House of Creativity. But I was a b-boy first, I was b-boying since 82, 83-ish, I would probably say 83. 84 comes around the next year, Beat Street comes out, right? I saw that first, then Style Wars came out. And of course, I first wanted to watch that because I thought I was gonna get some new breaking moves, let me see some new breaking and try to copy. And then the trains, man, and all the characters and the stories, and it just totally abducted me. And after that ended, within the next couple of days, I was out, man. My allowance money went and got some paint and was under some bridges, just trying to do what I just was exposed to. And I've been doing it ever since, man, since that time.